What am I doing that's causing what's going on?
What am I doing that's causing what's going on?
This is called live and dry blood analysis. Scientists call it hematology.
So right now we sorry my blood.
But you can put actual oxygen straight into the blood plasma.
Hey, this is different right here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
This $100,000 microscope. I had it custom built.
I felt like my head was gonna pop.
Yep.
I feel like I'm getting ready to go to space.
He's snoring, y'all. Knocked out.
So I think everybody should try that.
You have something within you that I don't have. I have to bow down to it. When we see something, it's about too late. You feel me? If you see your hand starting to bruise up, it was things happening in your body that could have gave you signs. I'm on my journey to get to 100%.
They're gonna be like, man, it's the first ever.
Just to preview, it isn't that crazy.
Until we start putting in programs and places to teach us how to truly fend for ourselves, America can't be free.
You don't leave here, then go back and be a part of a sick world. Now you want to think about how you want to change everything else. But I want all the healers, all of the wellness leaders all across the planet Earth. You can't get this nowhere else in the world.
I'm ready. Trialing these future little divers.
So this like Superman getting his recharge.
Yeah, then that's literally what you're talking about. Mitochondrial recharge.
Hey, this like bouncing on the moon. Today, I'm about to walk out here super full. You can't get this nowhere else in the world. I done met a lot of people, nobody to show me a space like this.
You can only get that through coming here to Yaki's Wellness Center. Wellness is what you do.
I'm 19 keys and this is high-level conversation. Tap in with the guy.
We are in the famous Dr. Yaki Wellness Detoxification Institute. Proud of this brother. Wait, by appointment only. Strictly, no visitors without an appointment. That's key. We had to go take some tours around my old neighborhood before I got here. As soon as you walk in, this place is immediately impressive, number one. This is a young black man who grew up in St. Louis, who is a self-taught healer, a dad. Man has done something astounding. Look at this space. Typically, even when I go to like different health and wellness spaces, they don't always have a lot of space. They're usually a lot smaller. So to see this one, to see it to be full stacked, he has state-of-the-art machine equipment that they a lot of times don't have nowhere else in the country. As you can see, they have the herbs. I see that they have mats before I even walk in. There you go. Man, it's nice right here, boy.
I see you around this deal.
It's nice right here.
Around this deal.
It's so nice. It's so nice. I want to take my shoes off. Yeah, now I got to do a detox afterwards. Hold me accountable.
Come on, brother. So what I'm going to do is lay these down. Well, this is the suit that I'm going to zip you up in. I call this a cosmic lymphatic massage.
Cosmic lymphatic.
Man, you're going to see what I'm saying once you get in it.
Yes, sir.
Before you lay down in it, I'm going to give you some pants because I don't want your green to bleed off on the machine.
Yes, sir.
Give you some big old pants. Here we go. You can just slide these on over.
Yes, sir.
All right. So bottom go right here, then legs going to go each.
Slide in there.
Down, yep. You're going to lay back. You're going to point your toes towards this wall right here. Hold on, not yet, because you got to position yourself first.
Okay.
All right, now scoot down my way, towards this way. Where your head lay down. Yep, cool, perfect.
Feel like I'm getting ready to go to space.
Man, you fed to, man. It's going to blow your mind, man.
You know, this is my bag. I love all this kind of stuff, man. So I'm a kid in the playground right now.
All right, brother. Put your blindfolds on.
So this immersion, straight in darkness.
Yep, I'll let you handle that.
Thank you, sir. All right.
I'm going to put you on 528 love frequency.
All right.
The cells love that, man.
This already just relaxing, just to lay down in, period.
Yep.
I could definitely go to sleep.
All right, brother, I'm going to put your headphones on you.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to wait on the first compression. Once the first compression goes, just give me a thumbs up if it's not too tight. And if that's good, we're going to leave you here for a few minutes, man, for you can go to the ether world, man. So what I'm going to do is we're going to give him a lower lymphatic massage. So you go to the board, you click lower body. Once you get the lower body, hit lower body again. And we're doing lymphatic massage. And if you can feel the bed, you can feel the vibrations is already penetrating his body. So lymphatic drainage, start. So now we're finna see the compression start. moving the lymphatic system, and then the top half is for draining the glymphatic system. The lymphatic system is the sewage system of the body. It's what removes all metabolic waste, metabolites, any type of pathologies, dead microbes, dead cells. When your body goes through a state of autophagy when you sleep, autophagy stands for autophagy, and it basically is a self-eating, self-cleansing mechanism that you go through every day. Whenever you go throughout life, you live, you eat, you breathe, you create byproducts. Just like putting gas in a car, that out of the exhaust pipe come exhaust. That's a waste byproduct. Well, the lymphatic system is what deals
Cool.
with.
You want to make it tighter?
Yep, I got you.
Oh.
The lymphatic system is what deals with removing metabolic waste and toxins out of the body. So it's very, very imperative that you move your lymph and that you move your glymph. That's your glymphatic system and your lymphatic system. That's the sewage system of the body. We got to remember that the blood feeds the cells of the body. The lymphatic system cleanses the cells of the body, and the nervous system communicates with the cells of the body. So right now we moving this lymphatic system. Ideally, after he get done with this, I move him straight into the sauna, because after we move the lymph, I want him to sweat all of those cytotoxins out of his system. That's how it's supposed to go. All right, let's give him 10 minutes before he can really experience it. I had this machine going on 2 years now. I got a couple of them. This is the newer version of this one. Then we just got a newer version of the chair, but I done ran out of room, man. I got everything that I need. The only thing that I'm missing right now, and I'm not even missing because it's almost done, is opening up my farm. I got a 27 square 100 feet house on 10 acres of land where I grow all of this fruit on. And we just renovated the whole entire house. And basically I'm opening up this fall for people to be able to come and get healing and stay on the land, eat the fruit from the land and things like that. So the only thing I'm missing for real is routine chefs. I mean, I'm looking to hire, we pay good. So, holler at me if you can. I want to get a new chef in there every month. And I want it to be like the famous vegan chefs that's on Instagram, that's on TikTok. That way they can experience the healing with me. And I think this will switch a lot of us from the horrible vegan food to more of the healthy vegan options too. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I'm missing. But I don't say I'm missing anything because I got everything I need. I'm abundant. He's snoring, y'all. Knock out. How you feeling, brother?
Man,
That's the
feel
deal.
brand new.
I'm telling you, bro.
Boy, that immersion with the sound and deprivation of light. Man.
Take it to a whole different planet.
Yeah, dude. They should get you on Earth when you wake up your eyes. Oh, man. That was meditation. That was healing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially just taking the light away, immersing the sound, and then also getting that physical aspect.
Yeah.
You really connect all mind, body, and spirit.
That's the whole point of it.
That felt amazing.
Keys get it, man. Yeah.
That was a real immersion experience. I think everybody should try that. Man, I could have sat there for hours. Just meditating away.
We walked in, you was snoring.
I think by the time the sound went off,
you probably
it got me even deeper.
Already there, yo. That's how I do it, yo.
Oh, I need these still?
Nope. We got to change.
I ain't even noticed. Oh, no, I got to get Metchy with these scrubs on, man.
Oh, yeah. When in Rome. So you know what you want to be on the floor. When in Rome.
Or at Yaki Clinic. That was an incredible experience. First of all, it's massaging your legs, moving throughout your body. And then, of course, you have your eyes closed. So your mind can go into a deeper focus. You can go into more of that lower brainwave state. You understand me? Where you're in that more dream, relaxed. Nervous system is all relaxed, and it's more important to get into that relaxed state. And then the sound, right? So they have that frequency of the sound hertz and the vibration just put you in more of that open heart space. You feel me? What your body needs as well to heal. So it's like a lot of the things that keep us persistent in sickness is the stress. So going into a space like that, allowing your body to de-stress is an active detox.
Yeah, I call that the anti-cortisol room. It takes you out of the space of fight or flight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It calms and it relaxes the adrenal glands. It opens up the kidneys for more renal filtration. It increases circulation. It gives you a serotonin and dopamine response. It's literally anti-fight or flight, or what I will call anti-cortisol. And the light deprivation, you know, putting the blindfolds on stimulates melatonin. You know, melatonin makes you mellow. So the whole point of that room is to send you into a space of tranquility. And that's why Brother 19 Keys just went. So now we're going to the oxygen chamber. We're going to talk and have a beautiful conversation while we receive 90% oxygen. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go change our clothes.
Well, most doctors don't deal with dietary things at all. You know what I mean? They're not going to really give you that many recommendations. You know what I mean? Beyond what they go prescribe medically and what they're going to deduce, you know what I mean, based off them checking your symptoms. You know what I mean? You got to go back over and over and over to actually get it right. Then you got to go to multiple doctors to see if they even gave you the right diagnosis in the first place. So I think anytime something wrong with you, you should focus. And that's why I say wellness. Wellness is your practices. You know what I mean? It goes into your daily rituals. It goes into your daily habits. And that's where you should always check, you know, what am I doing that's causing what's going on versus how do I just get the check engine light off? No, it's not about the light being off. It's about stopping the problem that caused the light to come on. Yeah, they just want to get the light off.
Man, this might turn into our talking here. I think that'll be dope.
Hey, I think we might have to do it.
We can't have nothing that's a flame retardant, nothing that's volatile. So jewelry, gold, all of that got to come off. Y'all got to take y'all hats off too, that type of material. Everything got to be 100% cotton or linen. Your socks got to come off because we dealing with a high oxygen pressurized chamber. So anything that's volatile, anything that's a flame retardant, it can cause a flame. Most likely it won't. But when you're dealing with hyperbaric oxygen therapy chambers, it's just you got to take all risks. You got to consider all risks. So what they do is, you know, no perfumes, no colognes, no mixed fabric. That's the reason why we got these on. No cell phones. For exception for this, we're going to bring the camera in. But since we is bringing the camera in, any other risk, we need to make sure that we eliminate 100%. You know what I'm saying? And it's so pressurized. The whole point of the pressure, when you increase pressure while you have oxygen in, it allows the oxygen to not only dock and bond with hemoglobin to release carbon dioxide, but you can put actual oxygen straight into the blood plasma. That's the whole point of it. So we literally are flooding not only the interstitial fluid, the extrastitial fluid, we flood in actual blood, the plasma of actual oxygen molecules. And you need oxygen. Oxygen is very, very important. When you go through something called the cellular mitochondrial electron transport change, the fifth stage is oxygen. The whole purpose of the body is to experience reality. And in order to do that, you need fuel. So the body takes oxygen and turns it into water. And that water is used in what you will call ATP, adenosine triphosphate, for you can have for your cells can have function throughout the day, whether that be to detoxify, whether that be to walk, to talk, to eat, to interchange, to gather information, data. Without ATP, you won't get that. And without oxygen being converted into water, you won't get that. And you need oxygen. And this is a fact. It's called cytochrome AA3. Cytochrome AA3 is what's missing with people that is diagnosed with cancer. And guess what cytochrome AA3 do? It actually takes oxygen and it converts it over to water, which give you ADP and ATP. And this is by way of copper, by way of phosphorus, and by way of magnesium. So the whole thing is to have copper, magnesium, and iron phosphate. That's why it's called phosphate. To make the phosphate group, you need oxygen, and then you need sunlight. And that's the reason why we're going to go to the light bed next. So everything I'm doing is rebuilding mitochondria. I call it geogenetic therapy. Everybody around me say, man, you should change the name and call it the mitochondrial reset, because technically on a biochemical and physiological level, that's what I'm doing. I'm resetting our mitochondria. So once we leave from all these rooms, you're going to feel like a brand new person. So I moved 19 keys, lymphatic system. Now, since the lymphatic system is moving, shaking up, I'd allow those blood cells to open. Now I'm finna flood it with oxygen. After I flood it with oxygen to create more water for he could create ATP, now I'm finna shake up and stimulate and activate the mitochondria with near infrared light therapy, and I'm gonna give them 850 mm's. Is it becoming Superman, man?
We on that type of time.
What you do?
We on that type of time.
Right.
I know you. So if you're a Dragon Ball Z fan like I am, you know, you get into the hyperbolic chamber. That's what allowed him to go to that next level. I just escaped the world, man. No, he's definitely investing into the highest quality of materials.
Oh yeah.
Advanced technology with the science.
Yeah, it's a $10 million facility.
Yeah, there ain't nobody else in the world doing this.
I put about 10 million in her liquid, man. It was getting me at first. I'm like, man, I could have did so much.
You could have done anything you wanted to do with this. But I imagine you had this as a vision that was yearning for you. So when you got the money, you had to pull it.
Yep, had to do it. I would have felt like I was doing disservice to myself and the community.
Yeah. But this one is what's going to allow you to get 10 more.
So right now we checking 19 Keys blood pressure. We checking his systolic and his diastolic because we finna put him under more pressure. We probably gonna take him to 2.9. So if we going that high in altitude, I need to make sure his blood pressure is regulated. We're gonna do you the same. We don't want y'all in here, you know. We know CPR and all of that, but if we can avoid it, we go to avoid it.
I still feel from that last one. I feel like my body is vibrating.
Yeah, super relaxed. So if you was 150 or up, I would be like, nah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is actually really spacious.
Oh man, like I be having people up in here watching high level conversations.
Yeah, this is fire. We got to shoot.
I got a program to just be on high level conversations, and it's 19 Keys, Yaki, and a few other brothers, and that's all my patients listen to.
Brain, body, mind, spirit, physical, antimatter stimulation.
Yeah. And then you might, battery's probably dead. Then you walk through here, you hear them ringing bells and song bowls, they humming in the middle of the room.
I mean, as soon as you see the meditation mat, it's almost as there's an intention in the room. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because there's a flow with it. Yeah. I love that being as a centerpiece.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's very intentional. Yeah. And that's really dope. Because again, you come into a doctor's office, you don't see paintings, you don't see art, you don't see any sign of spirituality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Vitality, immortality, health. I have been unintentionally kind of detoxing just by way of traveling and had an injury at first. You know, when I had my neck injury, it swelled up so much, it hurt for me to even swallow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That forced me to just eat nothing but liquids.
So look, I need you to move out your mask, put it to your face, and we just need to do some talk.
Oh, yeah.
They gonna be like, man, it's the first ever.
Yeah.
In hyperbaric ICU.
Just the preview of this gonna go crazy. The hell was going on? Man, they gonna love you even more. They gonna hate you even more. They say, man, this brother got levels I can't reach.
When it comes on, have any of y'all ever been in a hyperbaric chamber?
No, it's not.
Okay, so what you're gonna feel pressure inside your ears. When you feel the pressure, you're gonna put both of your fingers onto your temples, and you're just gonna massage it. If the pressure don't relieve, yawn, do a deep yawn. Some people feel like their head gonna explode. I promise your head is not gonna explode. If it's too much, we'll basically depressurize the tank and we can do this conversation outside. If y'all can bear the pressure, y'all will receive the benefits and we can sit here and we can talk, we can chop it up, and this will be dope for the internet, man.
I'm with it.
All right, cool. You got any questions though? Just let me know. If I got an emergency decompressurize the chamber, I'll go over here and do so. Just make sure that y'all massaging if I have to do that. And if we need to call to the outside world, all you have to do is just ring the phone. And I got all of it over here. I got all the controls. All right, y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
All right, it's the beginning. So how you feel now that you're so much lighter? You done got so much off you.
I came in, I attacked my heart when I was 21. I was overweight. Before then, I've been 143 my whole life. So end up getting fat by eating, just going crazy, doing recreational drugs, end up gaining all that weight. I got up to 260 pounds, end up attacking my heart. Changed my life around, got back down to 143, started teaching and healing people. And then, you know, you get all this money, you start making all these millions. I started just eating crazy while still teaching people not to. I'm eating all type of processed vegan foods, fried foods. It's all vegan, of course, but it wasn't your traditional healthy plant-based food. So I gained the weight back. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, man, I got to be the message. I got to practice what I teach. I got to look like what I'm teaching. So, man, I focused. I locked in, and I found that discipline again because I had lost the discipline. I found the love and the discipline again, and I'm back down. Now I'm 151.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm back down. And sometimes when I fast, I go back down to 145, 143, but I notice on that, when I'm that small, man, I just don't feel as good as I want to. So me at 150, this is perfect for me, girl. So yeah, man. But look, I'm proud of you, brother. Seriously.
Likewise.
Seriously. So yeah, continue to do your intermittent fasting. I'm gonna give you a fasting schedule before you leave here to give you more. And I'll give you a diet list, things that you can eat. It'll be like 100 things. If you just eat those and keep the intermittent fasting and just walk a mile a day.
I'm on 3 miles a day. See more than like I've been on that for like 2 months.
Oh, so you're gonna shred the weight. And that's gonna be good. That way you ain't gonna have a lot of skin left over. Walking and really moving is gonna keep you burning all of that. You gotta burn that fat off your skin. You don't want no loose skin.
Yeah, and that's the
and also strength training. Get you some light weights and just do high repetition.
I got.
Man, I feel amazing. I feel very light. With losing that waist and losing that weight, I'm actually light enough where I'm thinking clearer too. It's like I can grab my thoughts from the atmosphere better, man. So I've been feeling amazing, bro.
Yeah.
Feeling amazing.
It's funny, man. I feel like you look around the hood, you look around the world, and you can just visibly see a world that's sick.
Yeah.
I was talking about Japan earlier, but when you go into Japan, from the moment you step into the airport, everybody's bodies are slim.
Yeah.
Right? There's I don't think I've seen one person overweight unless they came in the country.
Yeah.
But there was not a single overweight person, old people, 70, 80 years old, standing up, doing jobs that 20, and teenagers could only do in America because they can't stand up. And then as soon as you cross over back into America, it just feels like, damn, everybody is sick. Everything is fast. Noise is coming at you. You overstimulated. So when do you even have time to think?
Yeah.
Like, we in a time where people don't have, like, you obviously are taking in information, deeply synthesizing that information. You have an incredible cognitive function within your brain, right? And cognitive adaptability that allows you to pick up different things from business to health to research to even understanding the content process. There's a lot that goes into that. So how do you find harmony to make space for each side of yourself?
That's a good question. So how I find harmony into making space for each side of myself is I literally just be me and record me while I'm doing it. And because at first it became problematic trying to be an actor for the world. So I had a long talk with my team, and my team was like, look, you already doing everything. You already applying everything. Let's just record you doing and applying everything.
Yeah.
And that's how I do it. But, we are multifaceted beings. We have an open-ended consciousness. So the whole thing is just to find flow in your work. So what I do is I work by flow and I work by energy. So I put my time and attention on things that I'm more passionate about. And when I put my time and attention on the things that I'm passionate about, them the things that I complete. The ones that I'm not so passionate about, but it's a necessity and I know it need done, I hire other people to do it for me. That's literally how I do it.
Nah, that's key. Because even in this time myself, I feel the same way. There's only so much time in the day, and we exist in an opportune time right now. And if you waste that time, then it won't come back. Like I was talking with a farmer, he's talking about just harvest, right? When he do some harvest, they got like 60 days to do everything. Like he can't do it on his time. He has to do it in nature's time, right? But we often feel like we have this privilege to do whatever we want to, and we can get to things when we want to. But then we might miss the opportune time when it was best to harvest, when it was best to plant, when it was best to reap what you sow. And I feel like that's where we at right now in time, that this is one of the most pivotal moments in our lifetime we will ever get. And if we miss this window of opportunity, it's going to close and we're going to have to wait till it opens up again.
Yeah. And I'm a farmer myself, and, I always miss the early planting season. So I always have to end up planting in the summer, and then I got to wait on the fall harvest. So I never get the summer harvest because how busy I am. So, the other farmer saying it to you, I feel him, man. And that's why, if you look inside the scripture, you get into like the Bible, the Tanakh and the Torah, it always connect things to farming. It talks about the seed that fell by the wayside. It talks about your mind being a field. It talks about those, the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. And that's the reason, because we are real husband. And if you look at the word husband, it actually comes from the word husbandry. And husbandry is literally men that used to put their seed in the soil to grow and provide food for their family. And we doing that now when we put our seed into our woman's field, and then a baby is conceived out of that. So I just think we need to apply that to our mentals. You know, you got to plant a seed in your mind. You got to water it. Make sure the sunlight hit it. Make sure you plant it in a good foundation of soil, or what you'll call good consciousness. And then you'll be able to manifest things like what we in right now. Because all this started off as a thought, as a seed at first. You know what I'm saying? So nothing manifests anything quicker than passion. If you have the emotion behind it, if you believe it, if you write it down, and then you just start working to it, you look up and it's already manifested. So, and that's what I focus on. I focus on things that brings me joy. I focus on things that I'm good at, and I do what I'm passionate at. And I don't care if my lingo ain't right with it. I don't care if I ain't using the big words. I'm going to do what I'm passionate at. And the things that I really suffer at, I pay somebody else because I get paid off my passion. I take that money and pay them to do the things that I really hate doing. And that's how I noticed that's Superman. And I noticed Superman is not Superman by himself. You have to have a team.
That's a fact.
You gotta have
Even
a team.
Superman got a team.
You gotta have a team.
And you supposed to be the strongest man on the planet Earth, but you gotta call upon people. And that's a strength within itself, because your ego will say, no, I don't need nobody. Yeah. And then that becomes your weakness. You know what I mean? So when strength becomes your weakness is when you have ego attached to it. And instead of saying that, yeah, I might have strength, but that don't mean I can do all things. Yeah. You know what I mean? The whole point of having other beings in the universe with you is to utilize them, for y'all to work in cooperation together. You know what I mean? A bee doesn't look at a flower and say, I don't need no goddamn flower. I want to go try something else. Right. It's like, why would you not go with what God provides? What's in natural order and rhythm and what's working? It's just that, you know, men are capitalists. So if we think that we can veer somebody off their wrong path, and then we can take advantage of that. Like, if I can get you to drink, if I can get you to smoke, if I can get you to gamble, well, I can make my family some money, but it's to your detriment. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this whole wellness renaissance of pushing it, where it's like, I want it to be where rappers are able to get paid for things outside of liquor endorsements. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or a weed company. It's like, you could also, what if there was a wellness company, but you can't do that unless you also have brand association. Yeah. So if I don't see you living a healthy lifestyle, how you gonna sell me something healthy? Yeah. So we also do it to ourselves, because these companies will probably love, a water company will love to probably go to a rapper or an entertainer, but they like, you don't live a healthy lifestyle. Yeah. You're not good association, so you don't have an audience for us to sell to. Yeah, those are black people, but if we look at their habits, no, we got to sell them sugary sodas and processed foods, fast foods. We're looking at their lifestyle because we're looking at yours, and it's associated. So the movement is, in a time where we have the future moving faster than most people can think, there's going to be a cognitive decline, where cognition is an asset of our time. Thinking is gold. And most people can't think. And I'm talking about deep insights.
Yeah, critical thinking.
Right, to where something comes out and a person can give you a breakdown on what this really means. Not what somebody told, not what you're reacting towards, but real critical thinking. So what are some of those things that we can do now that will increase that cognition, that we can have the best brain power ever as we're going into a future where we need it more than ever?
Well, I say the first thing would be reprogramming, food for thought. And I'm talking about two different types of food. I'm talking about the food that you're bringing in, which is your environment, changing up your environment, getting away from all of these artificial foods, getting away from artificial information, just getting away from the lies, reprogramming our minds and cleaving back onto the earth. And then the next thing is going after what I call the first brain, which have melanin neurotransmitters and everything in it, as we got neurons right now communicating with what we call the first brain, which is the gut, cleansing our gut. And the only way to cleanse the gut is by changing your habits and changing your diet. So I think we need to focus on diet. And what I mean by diet, I'm not only talking about the physical substance that you swallow and put in your mouth. I'm talking about everything that you take in your environment. So building things like this, Health Oasis, having things like retreats, and staying in constant communication and contact with similar minded people that want to build and be separate and claim health sovereignty. Because without your health and without a healthy gut, you don't have a good cognitive, you don't have good cognitive mobility. And then you got to start thinking about, certain things that help you with your brain. Is your brain even detoxing and draining correctly? The lymphatic system, which me and you talk about all the time, the lymphatic system, what you just did in that room, you literally just moved your lymph and allowed what you would call the sphenoid cavities to actually drain themselves. So you draining your brain right now, subconsciously, not even knowing it, because you moved your whole lymphatic system, which is connected to the lymphatic system. getting away from the mercury, getting away from the alloys, getting away from all of the plaques, the beta plaque protein that's built up on the brain. And all of that takes detoxification, man. And that's why a lot of people hear me talk health. I'm very deep into spirituality. I'm very deep into science. I'm very deep into connecting to the ancestors. But I know in order for us to truly make a quick change, to be able to really lock into the ancestors, lock into spirituality, we first got to clean out all of the toxins. And that's why I push detoxification first, man. So I would say the first thing is detoxifying. In Hebrew, it's called shuv. And shuv means to turn back, to repent. Go back to the beginning. Go back to nature. And once we return to nature, we will see nature don't have televisions. Nature don't have telephones. Nature don't have frying pans and pots with canola oil. Nature don't have none of these things. And if you see, when storms happen or something coming, they just showed the national park where all of the bison are leaving. You know, in Yellowstone, first all of the birds left. Now all the bison leaving. The first thing that they said was one of the volcanoes finna erupt. You know, why don't we have those senses?
We're not sensitive to the electromagnetic field around us.
And because we have been distorted.
Let me say that again. We're not sensitive to that electromagnetic field around us.
And that's because we have been distorted, man. And we've been distorted through the food dumbing us down. We've been distorted through all the contaminants in the water. We've been distorted through all the radiation, the dirty electricity, the Wi-Fi, the artificial lights. Everything is artificial. You see our beautiful so-called black women with artificial weave in their hair, artificial makeup they say that enhance their beauty. Everything is just artificial. Now we even seeing men get artificial abs and artificial muscles, brother.
Man, it's getting bad out here, man.
so, you know, we getting into this type of stage where being fake is real and real is fake. And now you have to pay the consequence for the things we doing, you know. And a lot of people think, you know, they call this thing free energy. There's no such thing as free energy. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I just don't think we take that in consideration when we feed our children the things that we feed them, and we feed ourselves these things. And you look up 10 or 20 years and then you have all of these symptomologies. And then, you know, a lot of y'all are running to me to get y'all minds back, but we can do preventive maintenance and stop these things right now by talking about what me and you talking about: retreats, education, you know, gatherings, lectures, and literally building community and a way to share money with each other than going outside the community and buying the very things that's killing us in the first place.
Man, I think you said it. I don't think people think about even the events and the spaces they go to as part of their health rituals. You know what I mean? Because when you're in environments of other people and you can immerse in those environments, right? Number one, it reinforces your identity and it reinforces the path that you're on. Right? It reinforces the things that you're learning. Like, most people don't eat for entrepreneurial success. But if you were an athlete, you would eat for a triathlon. You know what I'm saying? But you have to eat to think. And then if you increase that thinking, then you can increase that doing. But if you don't feel like doing it, but you have the thought, there's a disconnect. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of people that have a dream and idea, but they don't feel like getting their ass up off the couch and then going executing, because when something feels hard, they want to go back. But when you're in environments of other people doing the same thing, right now the mirror neuron kick in. Right now you want to be just like the other people that's productive around you in that activity. So it's not just about, you know, coming to the event itself, but it should be a part of your diet itself. It's a lifestyle that you have to live. It's what you eat. It's what you think. It's your environment, right? It's what you intake. It's the time you spend in nature. All of those things can be beneficial. The other things are artificial. So we have a world of artificial instead of beneficial. You understand me? We don't just need artificial intelligence. We utilize that so that we can have a machine, so we can offload cognition that we don't need to, so that we can focus on the deeper synthesis of things that we otherwise wouldn't have had access to. Right? Like, if you're giving me an AI agent, but what can I use it for if I don't have a vision? And then I can't have a vision, I don't have motility in my thinking. You know what I'm saying? My brain is not even wired. My glial cells is not goddamn electrical. So therefore, my brain is full of plaque buildup, and I ain't drained it because you ain't worked out. You ain't did no walking. The amyloid plaque buildup. You know what I mean? The cerebral brain fluid ain't getting there. So it's like, we're not thinking about these things, and we weren't even taught. Like, even when we talk about the lymphatic system, that they say I was so-called only discovered 2012. But if we thinking about ancestral practices, they always practice those things because they understood from the way that we pray. You understand me? From working out, from walking in and out with the community. As an entrepreneur, if you're not working out and you're not at least getting walking in some sort of form of meditation or eating right, you're doing yourself a disservice because you're operating probably at 50%.
You know what? And I think most of the issue is like you was talking about, like athletes. They eat to make sure that they are able to be athletic on the field. They eat to make sure that they mind sharp. But we do got to take into consideration they are being rewarded for eating good. They are being rewarded for being on that field and staying healthy. And I think that our values have been distorted. So, since we're not getting monetary gain for being healthy and performing, we're not looking at it like just being healthy, I can think better. By being healthy, I'm able to reproduce more. By being healthy, I'm able to attract more. By being healthy, I'm in tune with myself and in tune with God more. So it's the value system. They're valuing money over valuing being at peace with oneself. So if we can teach classes and create curriculums and courses and do retreats based off of that, you don't have to get paid $1 million or $2 million a year because you did so many games. And in order to stay in and complete these games and be completely successful, you have to be physically fit. And in order to be physically fit, you have to work out and eat. We can switch it and change it to say, look, just by you eating better, you thinking better. Just by you eating and working out, you live longer. Just by doing that, now you at a state where you can experience reality better. I tell everybody that we are here in these consciousness have created human bodies to experience reality. So if consciousness created these physical bodies to experience reality and your physical body is going down because of stagnated lymph and stagnated glymph and you are all, you got inflammatory properties all inside your body. You had to get your leg cut off because you suffer from diabetes. You insulin resistant. You very low in testosterone. All of these things then starts to have an issue. We need to redefine what value is. And if we find value in actually eating correctly to get closer to God, eating correctly to assimilate more with nature, and we working out to have good blood flow and get that good blood flow to have oxygen and look at oxygen like the life molecule of God, then that is our reward. And that'll actually make us get up in the morning to be prepared to do something other than saying, I got to be paid to do this.
I mean, even in a relationship, right? Like if you're not operating, you don't, as men, our testosterone starts to decrease at certain ages. You understand me? Even we talk about lymphatic system, like that lymphatic system ain't working as proper in late stage ages. So that has an effect on your relationships. Now you have a more irritable mood. Now you have brain fog. Now you forgetting things. Now you have, mood disorders. So now you might have an issue with your girl. Where you normally, a man needs to be in a state of relaxation so that he can steward over his kingdom. But if you're not feeling good, now you're going to oppress the people around you. Because you don't want nobody feeling better than you are. Right? So now you don't have that energy to get up and do something with your children. Right? You might not have that extra energy to go that extra mile to do something for your lady or something. And it's all because you're not even getting the most experience out of life. And now you stressed out. Now you have anxiety. So they bringing you problems. And now that's doubling up. For a normal man that's healthy, it wouldn't even have been a problem. If you was healthy, it wouldn't have been a problem. You understand me? So when you out of cycle and out of tune, there's always this tension. And in tension, nothing can flow. Right? So it has to be this state of harmony to where if you living in that harmony, then you're able to, more importantly, educate the people around you. Because if I'm healthy and I'm working out, now I can educate my woman. Now I can educate the children. Right? So she might be the one that's cooking, but can you educate her on what to buy? Can you educate her on what the recipes are when the family is not doing good? Because you got to remember, because the families are disconnected from this oral history of passing down the knowledge of different medicine, herbs, and traditions, that we have to also be first generation to rebirth that within the household. Right? And I think that part of the reason that Black men and Black women are not having healthy relationships is because of our health itself. We don't have a healthy relationship with our own biology. So how can I have a healthy relationship with another body?
And we got to understand that your health is what fuels your neural capacity. This without a shadow of a doubt. I hate to say the word immune system. I believe that we call it the great lymphatic system, but we do have immune cells. So I'm going to say immune system. 90% of the immune system is located in the gut. Located in the gut. And 90% of what you will call your lymph nodes are located in the gut. So if you're eating wrong and you feed in your gut, which feeds your immune system, that's automatically going to have you susceptible to many infections and many so-called diseases. And we have to think about it like this as well. Most of your neurological chemistry is by the adrenal glands, and these come from foods that you eat and how you think. So for instance, I talk about all the time the state of fight or flight, going to a 9 to 5, being forced to work and being forced to pay bills. That automatically puts stresses on you. There's something called work-related hypertension, brother, where a person's blood pressure is regular until they clock in. It's called work-related hypertension. So just based off of the environment that you have been put in, it automatically gives you these neurological limitations, and you feel like you're in a state of fight or flight because you feel like you're in a state of slavery, and now your cortisol is up, and you basically, your adrenal glands is releasing all of this epinephrine and norepinephrine. You see what I'm saying? So, and I talk about love. You know, love releases oxytocin.
Yes, sir.
That's a chemical. When you start talking about fight or flight or being scared, that's adrenaline that's being released by the adrenal glands. When you talk about being happy, that's serotonin that's released, and serotonin and dopamine. So when we start looking at these chemistries and how we operate and how our brain is, most of it is dependent upon the food that we put in our body and how our digestive system break this food down. So you literally think what you eat.
Right.
Literally.
Right. I think that they did a disservice to us early on by not teaching us about our gut. You know what I mean? And so we never made that connection between what we were eating and what we was thinking.
Yeah.
Right? You tell people to follow your gut, but then your gut unhealthy. Yeah. You can't follow that gut.
Don't follow that gut.
Gut tell you eat this. No, gut.
Yeah, don't follow.
That's the reason I got a gut. I keep following you.
That's parasites too. We gotta consider the parasites.
Yeah.
And these parasites are really inhabiting us. A lot of them are already within our system, and then they pleomorphosize to become the dangerous creatures that they are. When they in the right environment, for instance, H. pylori. H. pylori, or called Helicobacter pylori, they act like this is a bad parasite. We actually need Helicobacter pylori to survive. It's bad when it goes to the stomach. But when it's in the pyloric sphincter, which is where it gets its name from, H. pylori, when it's in the pyloric sphincter, it helps you break down your food. It helps you uptake your vital minerals like calcium and everything else. But when it moves out of the environment, it's bad. But guess what makes it move out of the environment? Eating processed food and eating foods that's processed and cooked in oil. So, we got to talk about that as well, man. Like, a lot of us are walking around with a bunch of parasites in us, and we're not doing parasite cleanses. We got phareces parasites like Toxoplasma gondii, where it literally transfer itself to humans by way of cats. They go around in cat poop. You scoop up the cat poop, and jump on you, and it passes the blood and brain barrier. And this is clinically can cause schizophrenia. So your mind is out of whack by your living conditions. Your mind is out of whack, and you're not balanced, or you're not in a state of homeostasis because the environment that you will have allowed yourself to stay in. I didn't say put in, because I understand that people put people in environments, but now it's up to us to recreate these environments and move up out of them.
I 100% agree. What do you think about this whole Make America Healthy Again movement, where they're getting rid of certain seed oils that they're utilizing in these large industry plants, giving them to take out certain ingredients and things of that nature. And, on the front is really good headlines, right?
Yeah.
But what is the actual benefit when they still have a long list of all these ingredients inside their foods that are detrimental to us?
Yeah.
And if you're taking it out of fast food, the fast food doesn't become healthy. That's just a way that you've utilized it historically. You're using these oils to cook them in. Doesn't mean what you're cooking itself is healthy.
Well, I'll say this. I like the idea of making America great again. I like the idea of it. But in order to really make America great again, we have to talk about true health sovereignty. And that's teaching the communities that built America and the communities that America thrive upon, which is the black dollar at the end of the day, because we're the ones that circulate and spend the most money each year, teaching them true sovereignty of health, teaching them how to grow their own food, teaching them about agriculture, permaculture, electroculture, how to grow their own food and eat their own food within their own communities, teaching them how to drill wells and make well water. That way we're not drinking contaminated bottled water. Teaching them how to grow their own fungi and mushrooms to get rid of the microplastic problem that's in their environment. So if we really want to make America great, we're going to have to make America truly sovereign. And the only way you can make a people sovereign is that people have to have their own grocery stores, which is their own farm, their own water, which is their own resources, their own sheep to make their own clothing with, have their own electricity, whether it be us using different type of technology or us using what you would call that zero technology, where you can get magnets and literally put it in coils and turn on light bulbs. We're going to have to start learning things like that they did back in Tartaria times or back in ancient times to be self-sustaining. So America can't be great if the people that built America is not physically, mentally, and spiritually free. So we can yell, "Make America great again" from the rooftops, right? Until we turn blue in the face. That's good. The idea is good, but until we start putting in programs in places to teach us how to truly fend for ourselves, to teach us how to truly learn survival instincts and grow our food and be self-sustaining, then America can't be great.
Listen, we bringing a Save Yourself Renaissance to your city. This is our generation's time to show that we in control of our future.
I am the hope and the dream.
There's no reason that people of different backgrounds, faiths, and denominations can't come together to talk about the single thing that they have in common, which is our future. It is a cultural experience of the rebirth. We're in the 30-year anniversary of the Million Man March, and we're in the 100-year anniversary of the rebuilding of Black Wall Street. That's when we take some time outside the world and we come together. And then that's when we plan. Everything just about cycles and patterns, and when you understand the knowledge of time, we are now in a cosmic cycle where it is prime for us to rebuild, but it's now or never. This is time for the Renaissance, but it's going to take leaders, it's going to take creators, it's going to take the artists. As we all come together, it is no more saviors, but us and our collective actions that we take.
What happens to a dream deferred?
I call upon you. The Renaissance is here. Y'all partying and shit like we got more time. Ain't no more time to waste. It's now or it's never. And the law of saving yourself is waiting on nobody. It is saving yourself through your actions, through the way that you eat, the way that you speak, the way that you show up, the way that you collectively build. We're going to be having new experiences on this tour. From music to being able to have these cognitive rituals of coffee houses. As a builder in your city, as a creator in your city, we want to work with you. Just go to 19keys.com/tour and make sure you register to be a part of the Renaissance. And we bringing this experience to your city. Peace to the family. You gotta save yourself. Ladies and gentlemen. When you studying, like what's your routine in life as far as how do you prioritize study? How do you prioritize research, right? Mm-hmm. And when you're presented with opposing facts, how do you then go back and decide which one is correct information?
I call it comparative studies. So I study all the time. I put my studies before everything. My study is my purpose. And after I study, once I draw my conclusion, my purpose is to make that applicable. I apply the knowledge that I learned. But if somebody come to me and they have an opposing thought or opposing theory to what I put out or what I think, I'm very open-minded. So before I even be combative and before I say something against them, I will go study everything that they told me. Then I'll come to my conclusion. If that conclusion not only feel right, but I'm a very experimental person. I like to experience. Once I lay that information down and apply it to oneself, if that outcome was more correct than my outcome that I spoke about, then I will go with that outcome. If not, then I'll publicly speak about that too. So, I've been wrong plenty of times, but I've been right a lot of times too. So that's how I study. I gather all the information. I do comparative studies. I look at everything that I'm studying at, and I even study the worst side, because you can Google an apple is healthy, and then you can Google how an apple is bad for you, and you will see a bunch of different research showing both. So how do you know which one is correct or not? Eat the apple yourself, and then you study on yourself and see how your blood work change. You see how you feel, and then that is your truth. Because if you be real, we could put everything out there and we can Google or we can research it. There's going to be an opposite opposing factor about it. So the only thing that we can do as humans is to experience. That's the whole point that we hear in these bodies anyway, to experience this reality for ourselves. And then once you experience that, that's your experience. Now, if you want everybody else to do it, guess what you got to teach them? You don't teach them the knowledge. You tell them how to experience the knowledge, and then what they get from it, that's their reality. And if you got hundreds of people that share the same reality based off the experience of the knowledge that you applied, then that is truth. That is concrete truth. And if you don't, then that's just your truth. And there's a such thing as your truth and other people's truth. I deal with that all the time, just lecturing at the HBCUs and the colleges and stuff. Dr. Sabi, he did an experiment. I did an experiment, and our outcomes was different. Dr. Layla Africa, he did an experiment, I did an experiment, and our outcomes was different. Do that mean that he was wrong? No. Do that mean that I was wrong? No. We are two different biological entities. We got two different DNA series.
Right.
We got to take in environmental factors. All of these
Test
things.
size, different studies. Like as I was doing some study on the lymphatic system, you're gonna find opposing studies.
Yeah.
But the reason I go with one was a much larger study, number one. But there was a small study that they was doing this test subjects and mice and giving them a small bit of alcohol to see how it affected, you know what I mean? And what they had found that it had somewhat of what they could consider a benefit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you would have to then acknowledge that there's no human study and that it most likely would not have the same exact benefit for a human.
And you got to consider that the body naturally make alcohol itself for beneficial purposes and reasons too.
And one of them was they was testing to see not only does the lymphatic system exist, but when they was testing, they was trying to see how well the flow, you understand me, worked for the lymphatic system. The other one was testing to see how good it was when it was during the waking hours, whether your lymphatic system was working better during waking hours or was it working better during non-REM sleep.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but there's two different testing methodologies. So if one person comes out and said that, well, the lymphatic system don't work, you understand me? Or your laying U spine, you understand me, doesn't work. But then somebody else tested it for a completely different reason.
Yeah.
You also have to understand that because in the world of science, you have differentiation of experiences and experiments. And then you realize that once we find out something, why isn't there larger studies?
Exactly.
And the reason a lot of times because they don't want the information out there because that changes the industry because once it becomes an industry standard and they're doing peer reviews and they say, oh, this is real science, right? Now you have to change a whole host of things that go along with that. And then people are going to use that knowledge, start spreading across social media and adapting their lifestyle. So now you got to change products. Now you got to change ingredients.
So science has become very political.
100%.
And you got to take this in consideration too. Science is not an absolute factual thing. Like, for instance, science is a part of the people culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's like math, just like language and reading and writing. So if you getting your science from a culture that benefits off you being dumb and benefit off you being unaware, then that science is always going to be opposing to you because they don't want you to be sovereign or don't want you to take your health and your freedom back. And that's what I've been noticing listening to the science. The science is not based off of what you would call so-called African biology. And that's the reason why in my book, I got like 12 chapters just focusing on the real science. Like, for instance, you check a blood pressure textbook is 120/80, but our blood pressure is automatically a slight bit higher because of our cortisol output due to epigenetic inheritance by slavery ancestors.
And medical racism.
Yeah. And go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, even in medical racism, like you do the blood test. Not the blood test, but what's the one they do a pressure? It's a little small machine. They're just testing your pressure. I'm trying to think of what it is. It's a small little machine.
You talking about the post test where you put it on your
face? Yeah, a little post.
Yeah.
Well, they found out because of the melanin, right, you're always going to get a different result.
And that's what I'm talking about.
But they had never customized and manufactured one for black people. So you may think that this result that you're getting is consistent, but it was never even made for you.
Yeah, it was made, and all of medicine is based off in America, it's based off 40-year-old Caucasian males. Same thing with kidney and renal failure. A lot of black people are being misdiagnosed with kidney and renal failure when they don't have that failure. We automatically dump in toxins way more than them. Over 20 years ago, you had something called the African American GFR. And then they just took it out 5 years ago. African American GFR. And that's the reason why, because our kidney function is different. Our melanin content is different. A lot of things that we have is different. Even our teeth size. Now it's about nanometers, but on an average, our teeth are bigger than theirs. On an average, their teeth are sharper than ours. They have hotter gastro juices than us. Their hydrochloric acid get way hotter than us. That's why they can break down food and go fully carnivore and thrive. We can't. We go fully carnivore. We get protein issues and then our kidneys start messing up. So, and this is not to say a race is better than the other or a species is better than the other. This just shows you how racist and how biased science is. So since we know that science is racist, cultural, and biased, then we need to create and have our own sciences and doing our own experiments and applying it to our own people. That way we can come up with our own methodologies and boom, now we see a culture and the people thriving again.
Let's say on a customized level. You understand me? I think this is where science is going to, the world is going to, is people having a greater level of awareness of what's wrong with them and knowing how to create a customized regimen for themselves. You understand me? And unfortunately, these are things that are for the wealthiest of us right now. But the average man and average woman don't have access to those things. Yeah. They don't even have an environment where somebody can give them a breakdown. Most people, they have to only get it on YouTube. And YouTube is great, right? Utilizing it online. But again, these things have to be experienced, right? So unless you're in an environment where somebody can give you a customized regimen, can meet you one-on-one, can give you that energy, there are certain things that you may never be able to put into practice because they just stay a part of your content regimen. They just say, man, I heard what Yaki said, but, you know, I'm going to do it my way, right? But then if I meet Yaki and I'm in the space with him, then he can give me a better breakdown because there's also that energetic experience where, okay, I feel you at the same time. Then I'm applying knowledge with that because your intuition is a part of that experience. So that's why I like the idea of even doing the retreats, because you can have people in this space of wellness to where you're giving them that customized experience. You're having that one-on-one energy. You understand me? To where I get to meet you and look you in your eyes, right? Intuitive practices have always been a part of the healing experience.
So, I mean, look, I think we need to do it. We need to gather the people. We got so many connections. We need to utilize our connections. We have a bunch of celebrities that call us every single day. We got them to back us. It's time to gather the people and give them this hands-on. We can do workshops. We can show them certain things. We can teach them how to mix and make their own herbs. We can show them breath work. You know, we can teach them how to do certain stretches. It's so much stuff that we can do once we get the people to us. So I think we need to scout the land. We need to get these places and we need to put it out there and let the world know that Dr. Yahki and 19 Keys is now holding a personal. Personal, high level retreat.
Yes, sir. Because I'm on the journey to get, I'm in here, there's this oxygen tank.
Yeah, you in it too.
Because I'm on a journey to get to 100%. I posed the question before, it's like, what does your 100% feel like? Most people couldn't ask. They don't know. Their baseline is what they're used to. Their baseline is used to not feeling well. Waking up feeling halfway, half brain fog. And if they can get to maybe 60%, they'll feel like, wow, I feel great. But what does 100% feel like? Because then life becomes better. You experience life more. Your senses are more open. Your eyes are more open. You understand me? Like, you notice things about the people around you you didn't even notice at first. You have a fresh perspective. You can smell more. Like, all of that enhances life. And we have to see success as that. Right? We quantify success through a metric of money. Monetary compensation for our labor, right? And how well we are at being capitalists. But like, capitalism won't save us. You understand me? Only our righteousness will save us, number one. But it's also what we do with the resources that we have. If you have a $10 million facility, that means that you had to get money and then keep the righteous thought that you had to help heal the people. Apply that when you've seen so many other shiny things and things that you could have done.
I sure seen this $5.5 million mansion, boy.
Come on, man.
I seen it.
And then the people would have been all on it.
I can move my whole family up here. My mama can get the left wing. My sisters can get the But I said, you know what? I got a vision. This vision was given to me by the creator. This vision was for the people. I still can eat off of it. We still doing good off of it. Instead of that mansion, instead of these cars and all that, let me put this into the community. And now we so full, man. Brothers and sisters think we just not responding. They're like, we ain't not responding to literally that booked up. You know what I'm saying? We 3-4 months out.
Well, see, even with this, I've been contacting people all over, people that's into wellness, because I really want to push this wellness renaissance, deep wellness. But I want it to be this interconnected community, right? Where it's this vast network all across the planet Earth, to where our people is really pushing these things, because I believe that once we get past, like, and as I go into my studies, these media-driven narratives, right? Alcohol was a media-driven narrative. It showed us, you put it into these pub houses instead of coffee houses, because coffee houses were spaces of revolution and renaissance, anytime that coffee being entered, it changed the space immediately because they have more cognitive energy.
Yeah.
Right. And therefore they're having more time thinking throughout the day. So now they literally having high level conversations. Now they questioning things that's coming from the elites and like, why are we doing this? What's up with this?
Yeah.
They talking to the Moors is talking philosophy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Astronomy, cosmology. You understand me? So now it's that same renaissance that must happen, but you can't do that unless we're changing the habits that we have that's underneath it.
Yeah.
So if we go into the bars, that's a space of disconnection.
Yeah.
You understand me? If we have spaces of wellness and we have wellness centers all across the planet Earth, places where people are eating good, people working out, people are in these spaces where they're focused on getting healthy. You don't leave here, then go back and be a part of a sick world. Now you want to think about how you want to change everything else.
Right.
So it's like, there's a way that we can do that, but I want all the healers, all of the wellness leaders all across the planet Earth. You understand me? I think eventually we can lead it to where there's 20 to 50,000 people outside. You know what I mean? Specifically just for wellness. You understand me? It's hyperbaric chambers around. They're doing cold plunges. You got the sisters with the sound bowls whipping them up. You feel me? We got 103,000 on the flute. You feel me? We have different ciphers of conversations. We doing relay runs, cognitive training. Like, we can utilize different technologies. I think it'd be the most beautiful thing that we've ever done. And I think that'd be a moment we never go back because you are attacking the root.
So look, we got the thought. Let's write it down.
Yes, sir.
Let's move. Let's make it work. And within a month or so, man, let's, and we on tour together right now.
Yes, sir.
Let's release the date of our first retreat.
Yes, sir.
And let's get it, man. I'm
Yes,
down
sir.
on for it. I got anything we need to get this done.
Yeah.
I'm using all my resources to throw at this thing. So
Yes,
let's do
sir.
it.
Man, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's do it, brother.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You gotta make plans in the oxygen tank, put life to it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do a couple of deep breaths while
Yeah. And then afterwards, can you tell the people the importance of posture as well?
Yeah. Posture. So when you start talking about posture and you get into posture, if you sit, let's just say we sit and slouch. All of my lymphatic vessels and all of my blood vessels are now squished together. So it decreases circulation. When I correct my posture and align my spinal column, not only do my spinal fluid flow properly and make it to my brain, which helps you drain the lymphatic system and bring more oxygen to your brain, but you actually expand your diaphragmatic muscle. This allows you to draw and breathe in more oxygen when you breathe in through your nasal passage. Not only that, when you breathe in that way with correct posture, you move the biggest lymph node in your body, which is called the cisterna cali. And the cisterna cali sit right here. And this what drains and cleans your lower extremities. So when you sit correctly, all of your organs don't have all of that baric pressure on them. And when your organs don't have all that pressure on them, blood is able to flow properly. The lymphatic system is able to cleanse and pick up cytotoxin properly. Oxygen is able to dock with hemoglobin and pull carbon dioxide properly. And you're able to breathe and get more oxygen and into your internal environment. And it's very, very good for the strength. Your lower back is very, very good for your muscles. So sitting correctly is a workout in itself. Just try it. Try to sit correctly for 10 minutes. It's a workout in itself, and it stabilizes your core. And that's how you know that your lower back is weak and your core is not weak when you try to do it for at least 60 seconds and you automatically got to go back into that crouching pose. So that, man, and it does so much more, but just on a physiological level, that's what a straight posture or correct posture does. It helps you utilize the breath properly. And the breath, the life is how you living. That's your consciousness.
That's your car.
Yeah, that's your car. That's my name, Yahki.
Yeah.
Yahki.
So it's like, even when we look at the military studied the body to try to optimize performance. You know what I mean? From every single thing that's within it. How do you optimize performance specifically of a male? Right? So they was trying to figure out how to get the most out of it. So that's why you have proper posture in the military in the first place. Right? Because they're trying to body hack the soldier.
Yeah.
So that they can deploy the soldier to go do what they want them to do.
Yeah.
Right? It's for focus. It's for discipline, having routines, having rituals that you do, having a cadence in which you live your entire life. Right? But the problem is we're on the phone. The phone is then pushing our neck down. So not only now the phone is talking back and manipulating your brain through cognitive warfare, right? It's also messing with that lymphatic system. So now you don't have that cognitive optimization going on. But I also want to talk about not only doing the cognitive rituals, right? But having that neuroadaptation.
Yeah.
Because for me, it's all about that neuroadaptation. I don't want to just take the nootropic, the adaptogen, do the thing, learn something from an AI system, but reinforcing that, right? So that it sticks. And now this becomes my new baseline.
Yeah.
That's the key.
And another thing too with posture, readiness. A person that got to get up and go do something, or a person that got to defend themselves will less likely be able to defend themselves sitting like this and war come. But a person that's ready, he's more quick to, get to that battlefield before the other person get to him. So just from a place of being ready, of being prepared, strong posture and correct posture is very, very important.
And let me tell you, for fellas, for your ladies, this is good for you, right? So when you can clean all that fat from on your abs, you understand me? That muscle that's going to stretch up, it's going to have you sitting like a warrior in there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give you some game right now. You understand me? There's a benefit to abs is all I'm saying.
Yeah, it is.
It's not just aesthetics. All of this is connected as one tissue. So it's going to pull that soldier up.
Yeah.
You understand me? And then when you point inside your sister, it's going to be different energy.
Yeah, now that's talking about basically the fascia, get stripping
now.
out that fascia, and that's a whole different.
Come on now, they don't know nothing about that though. But the last part on that neuroadaptation, so if I'm studying some AI, if I'm taking neurotropics or adaptogens and things of that nature and it's making me feel smart at that time, you have to reinforce that, right? Through learning, through writing, through application, so that those brain connections actually happen. It's not just a moment of stimulation. And I think that people are chasing consistent stimulation without that neuroadaptation. So it feels like you biohacking, but it's just that moment of stimulation that happens, right? So if I'm researching something, now my next step is always, how do I put that into practice? I research something, now let me write that down. Oh, there's a word in here I don't know. Let me go down the rabbit hole, study that, learn some history over that. So now I'm reinforcing, right? So now my brain has all of these different levels to pull from. So now it doesn't just become, one neuron trying to connect to the other. It's a whole entire house that's fired up. So when it comes to learning as a man, every man needs to learn how to learn. You have to know how to learn, because you can't lead if you can't learn. It's going to come to a point where you expire. You know what I mean? Where somebody else needs to take flank now because you're no longer learning. They learned everything that they can from you, and now it's time for them to lead you.
Ooh-wee.
So for a man, you have to constantly be learning so you can stay ahead, quite literally. We're in the future, and the future is feeling like it's ahead of people because you stop learning. You know what I mean? Time should never feel like it's ahead of you. Time is a cyclical nature.
We got an old Hebrew saying, and that is, you have failed as a man and you have failed as a father if you haven't prepared your children for your death. You have failed as a man and you have failed as a father if you haven't prepared your children for your death. How is that? Can they still thrive once you gone? What pieces did you leave for them? It should be like a turnkey business when you transition out of this life. They should just be able to get that key, turn and open that storefront and keep it running like you never left. Straight up. You have failed as a man. You have failed as a father if you haven't prepared your children for your departure, man.
I think now that's something I definitely want to tap into on the tour and in the retreat. The retreat, we can get more intimate with that experience of just this new renaissance, man. What does the new man look like going forward? We're going to always operate utilizing blueprints of ancient wisdom for modern man. Now, how does he tactically apply that in today's time so that he becomes the optimal modern man? You are... And when I say modern man, I'm going to say the original man.
I got you. Yeah, the ancient man.
Yeah.
But I got what you're saying, though.
But you get what I'm saying. So I think people want to, be able to have a brain and a business and a family, you feel me, and a platform like a Yahki. Most people hate on you because they admire you.
Yeah, I admire you.
That's all it is. They just looking for connection, and we're not used to having healthy relationships, so we end up hating on people just to have some sort of connection, some sort of thread, our name in the same conversation with them. We don't know how to communicate, and a man is intellectual. When first time I have a problem with somebody, I want their phone number. Straight up, I need to talk to you. You understand me? If we can intellectually solve this, then we operating as men. If not, then we've exhausted our resources, then we go to war. You understand me? That's the way men operate. So And the last, I think you talked about it last time. You was talking about how man is a prophet and a priest, and
He's a prophet. He's a
Uh-huh.
priest. So man is king,
uh-huh.
priest, and prophet over his household. The
Mm.
king, he's rulership.
Mm-hmm.
He set the stage for the woman can get the job done. He's a priest. He bring the word of God. And then last but not least, well, he's a priest. He basically practiced the word of God. And then he's a prophet. He brings the word of God. So he's king, rulership. He's prophet. He brings the word of God, and then he's a priest. If you look at it, Hebrew, since the priests was the ones that covered the sins of Israel. So he come in and he practiced the word of God. Look, this how we need to do this, for we don't look bad in front of the Creator no more. This how we gonna run this from now on. You know, we going into the public. You put this on. You don't. I understand you like to be uncovered, but you do that behind closed doors with me. Children, you dress in unison with the family. So he's bringing the word. Not only is he bringing the word, but he's making that word applicable in the household. That's the prophet and that's the priest. And then the king is just straight up rulership. At the end of the day, this is how I'm running my household.
I love it. Real quick, if you had one thing, if you only had one thing you can tell your son, you had 1 minute to tell him, what would it be?
One thing to tell my son, and it only had just one thing.
You got 1 minute.
1 minute. I tell him, as of right now, I have built a kingdom for you. All you have to do is step in and run it. But the only way to run it and keep it afloat is with discipline. That's what I tell him. And he can take that in a lot of ways, but him knowing his father, he'll know what I mean. I built the kingdom for you. It's already ready. It is turnkey. All you have to do is step up and take the position. That's all you have to do. You've seen how your father went through all of the discipline I went through, all the changes. You've seen me lie to the people, basically be a person that I said I wasn't. You've seen me change that, correct my mistakes. You've seen what I went through. You've seen that this is not easy. You see what I go through dealing with people and leading the people. So you already know what to do. I built the kingdom. When I transition, you take the key. It's turnkey. It's ready for you. You just got to have the discipline, man. And that's what makes a man. A man is a disciplined person. If you don't have discipline, you don't have anything. If you don't have discipline, then you allow anything to be your God, whether that's vagina, whether that's money, whether that's fashion, whether that's material gain, whether that's anything. Control your lower member, control your lower nature. Be careful about who you put it in, because who you make children with determine your destiny and the rest of your life. And look, the kingdom, I built it for you. It's already turnkey ready. You just got to have discipline and have the mental fortitude, and you got it.
Get some more of this oxygen. He's fitting that life. Every man should meditate. The meditation is good for your body, brain, every single thing. Allowing you to go into states that you don't need to be asleep for. Right? Every man has to use his imagination. That's the womb of his mind. So meditate daily. Sisters, if he don't meditate, it's a red flag.
Straight up. I agree with that, brother. Hey, retreat coming soon. We on tour. We in Houston together. We in London together. We in Dallas together. We out here, man. We're going to be in St. Louis together.
Come on.
Be looking out for 19 Keys and Dr. Yahki, or who they call Yaki Awaken. And look, be looking out for this retreat. We're going to throw one of the biggest retreats that the world have ever seen, full of our people with different facets of minds, man. It's going to be amazing.
It's for the chosen ones only. The depressurization happening. I feel my ears clicking. You got to constantly reset when you die. That's why you see them movies and they just start diving down hella fast. That's fake.
Yeah.
Typically, they'll tell us go like this. Breathe in, reset. I remember one time I was on a plane and I had mucus build up. It felt like my head was going to pop.
Yep.
And I'm holding it in and everybody around me, I'm just, what? That shit was the worst of my life.
We had some people that be screaming, get me out, my head finna explode.
Yeah.
And saw that mucus build up. Yeah, we was up high, y'all. We was 30,000 feet.
But I feel that, that clarity. That cognitive clarity.
Sir.
It's like a cup of Superman.
Nah, that was fire, man.
Yeah.
That was fire.
I do got the dark chocolate with the lion's mane, so you was talking about that earlier. You understand me? We was gonna have the ones with the golden tickets. Yeah. So we was gonna do a setup to where a person get the golden ticket, they might get like a retreat or something. Yeah. And I'm gonna leave that box with y'all though.
That's powerful.
Yes, sir.
Power, Superman, Dark
Yes,
Chocolate.
sir.
I don't rep nobody product. None. I rep my brothers though. This is our biological scan. So you come up in here. You gotta be in your boxes, tank tops. We put women in like some type of spandex. Of course, they fully covered. They stand on this, and then what Scott could do is it shoot laser through you, and then it measure your fat composition, all of this. So it'll give you a risk analysis or a risk assessment on how close you is to cancer, heart attack, stroke, all of that. And then they print it out, and then we take that information and we bounce you over here. But I'm gonna go through this way. So this is post electrical magnetic field therapy. So basically, you come in, you lay down on the bed. And then we hook this up into the wall, and this gives you positive magnetism. And then the next room gives you negative magnetism. If you look at the erythrocytes of the red blood cells, they are negatively charged. But the hemoglobin and the protein that's inside the bloodstream is positively charged. Yeah, that keeps the blood together. But sometimes what happens is when it goes together, it literally acidosis come in and it breaks down the red blood cells. And it's called something called rouleau, where the blood start clogging and it's sitting together and it deprives the cells of oxygen. What this does is it positively charges them both sides, and then the blood repels. So anybody coming in here that got a blood clot, you got stagnation, your circulation ain't working properly, we put you on this bed, and it's basically shake up the cells and recharge them. The only thing about the positive side, if you stay on the positive side of magnetism too long, it causes inflammation. But once we put you on the positive side, we put you on the negative side longer, which causes an alkalining effect to the body. So this is amazing, man. We love it. So this is the post room. So, man, once you leave from the post room, you come to the negative side. This is a 900. Watch your phone. 50. Yeah, watch our phones. Y'all phones will get. Yeah, this man, this mother pulled the nail that I put the door. We had a little girl in here. She had neoblastoma cancer. She had an actual tumor on the back of her head. We put her on this. How long did it take for that tumor to disappear? How many visits did you say? About 3-4 visits. But you got to lay on here for hours though. So you lay on the bed, you put your head in here. It pulls metals out of the body because, again, it's a magnet. So any type of excessive iron overload, it'll pull it out of the body. Any type of mercury is considered a metal. It pulls it out of the body, but it's very, very good for tumors, man. This thing is good for tumors, and it negatively charges up the cells. So if we see protons positively charge the cells, but electrons negatively charge the cells, and this is what this gives you. It's kind of like grounding on Earth. But it ain't nothing but a big old sheetrock from Earth, man. A big old magnet. Try to lift that, man. Just give me a little pull. See? Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? That boy strong. He ain't even lifted up.
I ain't gonna work. Been working out a little bit.
Yeah, 900. So then after that, so basically I created just like the Garden of Eden. All this new technology and this healing technology in the facility is made to mimic nature. So you got magnetism grounding out. You got the positive when your cortisol go high, hemoglobin and all these positive proteins enter into the bloodstream. And then you got oxygen. We already know doesn't need oxygen. If you look at it right now in the U.S., we're probably breathing about 17% oxygen. 21% is the ideal. You don't really get over 21% unless you use units like this. But all diseases known to mankind come with some type of hypoxia, which you'll call oxygen deprivation. So that's what this tank do. This tank give you 100% oxygen, 100%. But a lot of people are claustrophobic, so when we put them up in there, they be wanting to get out quick. So what I did was I invested in a bigger unit, but the bigger unit I got only give you 96% oxygen. But it's way better than 21%. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So that's what
I take the claustrophobia with the extra oxygen.
Exactly. This one right here is called Photobiomodulation. So this is dealing with all frequency. Have you ever heard of the Ray Rife machine? Right. So Ray Rife, man, he was a German scientist. He figured out how to cure cancer, how to treat cancer, probably about 60 years ago. And he created these devices that give you certain frequencies that kill cancer tumors, that basically induce and activate the lymphatic system, the neutrophils, the basophils, the eosinophils, and he had certain frequencies to the devices that kill parasites. And that's what this do. You literally take your shoes off, you sit down. I hook it up to a unit. You put your feet on her, man, and it sends these sensations through your body, man, like a tingling, burning sensation. Yeah. And the frequency is called Saragetto frequency. We got 528 frequency. We got 10 unit frequency. And each frequency literally kills some type of pathology that's in the body. I'm gonna let you try this out too, man. This feel crazy, man. There's a bunch of just small pulses of electricity, trillions of them that just go throughout your whole system.
Yeah, this fire, because we need a space like this in every city and every hood in America.
Yeah,
man.
we are doing one right now in Atlanta.
Yeah, we want to help y'all get these around the world, everywhere.
Because this is our medical grade near infrared sauna. It is medical grade, meaning it's very therapeutic. You come in here, we put it probably on about 160.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to the radio. You get up in here, you sit in here for 30 minutes. We usually put people that got skin issues in here because your skin is already trying to defecate for you because your kidneys and your adrenals ain't working. So you come in here, we put you in here. And we do that about 30 minutes after we do the lymphatic massage to get your lymphatic system moving. You know what I'm saying? So you get rid of a lot of microtoxins in here. Then we got showers and everything. So they can go and you can change, you can shower, all of that.
It's a one-stop shop, man.
It's our herbal cabinet. A lot of people that come in here, they like to learn about the herbs. We just have them here. We have them make their own herbs. Be the baggie, learn about the herbs. I'm teaching about them anyway, and then make up your own concoction and see how your body feels when you want.
What's something best for like increased testosterone?
Increased testosterone off the back, American ginseng.
American ginseng.
Ginseng root and the real dark chocolate. Dark chocolate will boost your testosterone. And squats, man.
Yeah.
Squats to boost your testosterone. But ginseng root is by far one of the best ones. American ginseng.
You gonna add some ginseng into our dark chocolate.
Yeah. This right here is a cold plunge. I don't got it filled up right now, but basically you fill this up and you sit in it for 3 minutes. We do about 50 degrees and then we try to work our way lower. What this do is it shocks the body. It raises cortisol. It induces dopamine expression in the brain, and it brings on something called cold shock protein, which help your body go into fight or flight mode to fight off any type of pathology. So that's cold shocking. This right here is my baby, man. I love it. So this is the one, man, you're going to get in. So this is one of the biggest oxygen chambers I done seen.
This thing look luxury. Get the inside of this. Look at this. Look like I've been in a Rolls Royce.
We got a TV in here.
Come on, man. Look at the.
You can watch Dr. Yaki in 19.
Come on, man.
Keys hopped up with conversation.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? Oh man, it's beautiful. So this is what we're gonna get in. And this is between 650 mm's and 850 mm's. So this really penetrates the skin. If you're dealing with any type of illness, see they're working on the furnace now. If you're dealing with any type of ailments, most of it is oxygen deprivation, and then last but not least is mitochondrial injury. So if you want to re-stimulate mitochondria and build more mitochondria, you need sunlight. So this imitates the sun, man. Let me show you how bright this is.
This is good for the lymphatic system as well.
Lymphatic system, system, mitochondria injury. I mean, this thing is powerful. So we're gonna put you on this too.
Hey,
I'm gonna take you through a whole.
I didn't know I was getting blessed like this today. I'm about to walk out here super.
$2,500 VIP.
Yeah, this different right here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So these are our exam room. So when you over here, we check your blood, we check your pH, we check your ears, we check your mucus, look in your mouth, we do everything. And this thing check everything. All I do is get a sample of your blood, put on here, it go through everything, and then it give us a printout sheet to the printer of what you got going on. So the whole thing is a risk analysis. We bring you in here, we check everything, then based off what I find, I'll put you on a certain type of therapeutic package, and then I'll put you on my geogenetic therapeutic package where I give you the herb. 3 months. I tell everybody, man, give me 90 days, I'll change your whole life. 90 days. Man, I love this. This is called the beams. So what the beamer does, the beamer fully alkaline the blood within 10 to 15 minutes. Sit down on the beamer, you get your skin contact to this, we hook it up, we put it on a certain frequency in electromagnetic vibration, and it'll literally break up all your blood cells. And this do it in less time than the actual post-electrical magnetic bed. You can lay on it, you can sit down, you can put different types of units on you. If you need to cleanse your liver and get more circulation to your liver, induce bowel production, put it right on your liver, man. And, you go home, you start smelling that smell in your urine and in your poop because we done got bowel flow moving all off of this machine right here. So you come up in here, you sit down and take pictures of your eyes with our eye camera, and I'll be able to tell you exactly what's going on with your gene expression. I can tell you exactly what's going on, what type of weaknesses you have. And then this right here actually shows your teeth, everything. I look at your tongue, we turn the lights off, it turned blue. I can tell you how much bacteria, thrust, yeast, fungus, biofilms you got built up in your mouth, and that'll let me know what's going on inside your body. So if you look on the walls, Not only do we look at the teeth, because we know that the teeth is attached to meridian pathways, these meridian pathways are attached to each different organ or internal organ in your body, and then your eyes as well. They say the eyes is the window to the soul. So that's what we do in this room.
This is deep.
This is a bioelectrical magnetic field room. We call it a cyber scan room. You can either put your hand on here and it'll read you through your pulse and through your electrical magnetic field, or you can put your palm on this. And the beautiful thing about this and this new technology, once we scan your frequency, you can scan it into the computer. I can send you frequency. This is a whole new thing. And I remember we got flew out to San Francisco by top scientists. I recorded all of it, but it was so black. They told me I couldn't post it because it was like some new technology. I got the technology now.
Yeah.
I was trying to get it back then, man. I'm like, hold on, because they was sending frequencies to fields and different types of corn crops. They was treating it from a country away, treating it all by matching the frequency. That's what these do. So I can scan your frequency, and if you call me and say, man, I ain't feeling good today, I can send you a cortisol shot, the frequency, the blueprint to your frequency, and you will feel the difference in it, man. And that's new technology, man, that's been out for what? That's been 5 years ago. About that was 5 years ago. And you know, if he just got it, it was 50 years before that. Right. And then I just got it. So man, this stuff probably been around 100 years.
Well, it takes a lot of time for America to get stuff. I know like spaces in like Korea, they typically gonna have technology like this, but it's too disruptive for the industry.
Yeah. Let me show you the lab room. What we do our live and draw blood and now you can do. Well, basically I take your blood, I put it under a microscope, and we can see your parasites in there. This is our Optimia bar. We got a Caden water machine. We got Brown's gas where you sit down. I got 3 of these. You sit down, you plug these up, man. You just literally get half oxygen. You know what I'm saying? And it's therapeutic, and you get a head. You actually get a head high.
Kanye need to come here, man, instead of doing the things he doing. It gets you right.
Man, this room shows everything. I pull your blood. I put it under a microscope. I record it, and I let you see what's going on. So basically, what we studying, we do it under dark field. If you look at my microphone, this $100,000 microscope. I had it custom built. Well, 120 altogether. 120. I had it custom built by the company. We got clear quartz crystal glass in here inside of the actual glass. The mic stage is made from ceramic. This thing is a beast, bro.
What was the parts of it that you had to customize?
The actual glass. So everything in here is clear quartz crystal. Even my slides are clear quartz crystal.
Why did you choose clear quartz?
Because when you put light and you illuminate clear quartz crystals under illumination in the dark, it penetrates the blood cells deeper and it magnifies the living entities that's in the blood even more. If you want to try it, man, I can pull you. I'm telling you, you'll see how much life is really living inside. Right now on the spot, it's so much life.
Hey man, let's get to it, man. This the Renaissance X. You know what I'm saying? You can't get this nowhere else in the world. I done met a lot of people, nobody that showed me a space like this. I really believe in deep wellness, cognitive wellness. You understand me? My brother is showing you a different perspective on what disease is, even a breakdown on how to flush through your body, how to take care of yourself, because man is supposed to have this knowledge. You can't say you got knowledge yourself and you literally don't have knowledge of self, your body, your cells, your organisms, your biological systems, right? I've been studying a lot of cosmic systems and how that affects us. You feel me? And so you got a scientist right here in St. Louis, a real life scientist who took the success of, you know, the knowledge that he's gained, the products that he's able to sell, but then he invested into a center for people all around the world can come to. And I can't wait to see this all around the world. State-of-the-art centers all across America, all across the diaspora, all throughout Africa. I think that this needs to be done everywhere.
And that's what we starting to do. And man, we looking for partners. I love partnering with you. We doing Atlanta right now. We go to Kenya at the end of the year. We go to Israel in October. So we are in. We got one in Grenada. We're actually building a medicine-less hospital out there. We got to go out there with the government at the beginning of the year. So, man, people are noticing this, bro. It's like we get a lot of visitors, man. Like we got a lot of people coming in from what? Dubai. Man, a lot of different countries coming in, man. So it's doing good, bro.
I already know all these people hitting me up. Connect me with Yaki, man. yeah. I guess you direct the source right here.
They know he probably the only ones that got direct access.
Yeah.
He has a phone. Yeah, that I answer the phone.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I get famous people hitting me up out of the blue. I'm thinking they want to talk to me. I say, oh. That's love, though.
You sit down right here, brother.
Now, when I went to the CES show, I seen all of this medical technology that Korea had. I was on the spot, but they was explaining that they couldn't get it in America. You know what I mean? Because they wouldn't allow them to. But a lot of their technology, let's say they had not a shop like this, but they would have like a truck that had all of these technologies in it, like a one-stop shop. But they can't bring it here.
You know what's crazy? We building this truck right now.
Yeah.
And we calling it pop-up clinic truck.
Yeah.
Where I put all of this stuff in there, is mounted down. And whenever I do a seminar or a lecture, you just come out to the pop-up clinic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go through your veins, I'm gonna go through your capillary or tip of your finger. All I need is 2 million cells, man.
Just 2 million.
2 million.
How many cells I got in my body? How many I look?
You got about, so we are melanin predominant beings, so you got about 150 trillion cells. When you look at Caucasians, they got 50 to 70 trillion cells.
I can afford to.
Oh, you can afford to. Look, you lose more than that a day.
Yeah.
I always gotta clean up area.
So this procedure is called what?
This is called live and dry blood analysis. The scientists call it hematology.
So for a little pinch. So let's see.
Yeah, that's a little pinch.
That's how y'all know God body is human. Still got some of that blood.
So I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put it on the slide. Do after that, get the alcohol pad, clean you up a little bit. You pass the bubble test, so your blood do got a lot of oxygen in it. We see a lot of people, they don't even bubble up. That's an indication right there. They don't have enough clotting factor protein in you, or what we call thrombocytes.
So it's about to show up right here.
Yep, it's gonna show up right here.
So right now we dumping in my blood. Sorry, my blood.
Yep, going inside the blood. You see the life entities, the forms in here already moving around? These are all forms. See the microbes inside the blood? This is a red blood cell. I mean, a white blood cell. So this is a lymphocyte. You see all the entities? This is a erythrocyte, a red blood cell. But if you can see, the red blood cell got a hole in the middle of it. And you see why I got a hole in the middle of it? You see that little parasite in there eating out all of your iron and stuff? So we got to be careful with that. So these entities supposed to be in our body. What happens is if they go too off the course, they like to eat. A lot of these things are a part of the white blood cells. But if the white blood cells go through something called cellular lysis, it breaks up. And when it breaks up, all the little granules come out and they become parasites. But they actually there to help the body. Only time they leave the cell and try to eat other things is when it's acids or it's fungus or yeast and stuff going on inside of it. And I see you do got just a little yeast inside of your bloodstream.
So what would be the remedy for that?
For yeast, I will always do oregano off back, oregano oil. Now you can leave with some. I got some of the most powerful oregano oil. So remember I was talking about rouleau? Rouleau is when your red blood cell starts to stick together. And that's because what you have is in magnetism, negative and a positive attract. The same repels. So you got too much hemoglobin inside your blood. So it's sticking on to the actual erythrocytes and it's causing them to collapse the cells so they sticking together. So what I'm going to do is when I put you on PEMF therapy, this is going to charge them and then they're going to repel. And all of our blood go through stuff like this. And that's why it's very, very essential that we detox and that we cleanse ourselves at least every 90 days.
Yeah.
Because you can be as healthy, you can work out, you can eat impeccable, but you can't avoid the environmental pollutants. You know what I'm saying? You can't avoid the chemtrails, the contrails that the planes are spraying over us. These are things that we can't control. But what we can control is our diet. We can control how much we work out. We can control our discipline. You know what I'm saying? And once you put yourself on a schedule, because my blood probably like this right now. Well, I'm finna go on another detox in 2 weeks, so I'm gonna be back good. But you gotta stay at it because the world is so corrupted right now.
Right. Man, this is powerful. Nobody ever showed me inside my blood cells.
What's that right there, Shem? You see it? What is that? That's an echinocyte.
What's that?
A echinocyte is a blood cell that start developing spikes on them. When you look at people, and I know for a fact you ain't got the shot, but when you look at people with COVID-19, it look like that, but the spikes are very, very big. But this just showed you that all of us come with some type of spike protein in us anyway. Matter of fact, there's a new study that showed that everybody in the world do have a spike protein. And when you get the COVID shot, it just make it worse. You know what I'm saying? So what they were saying is nicotine patches and things like that, because what the nicotine patch do, the spike protein cleave on to nicotine and it open up something called an NRF2 pathway, and it detoxes this protein out of the system. But we can just put you on some 3 bitters teas and it does the same thing. You don't even need the patch. God already created everything we need in nature. Got a mucus strand in there. See it? You look like you're detoxing. You been on some herbs?
Nah, just my regular.
Yeah, you definitely look like you're detoxing. Hey, you got so much life in your blood though, man. Your blood is moving. We put other people that come in here blood on there, it be still dead. No, it don't be slow, it be dead still within 3 minutes. But without getting too deep into this and to keep showing the journey of the clinic, I just wanted to show you that we can pull your blood up and put it on there. All right, let's get it.
Just seeing the blood itself, just seeing what's happening, give you a different level of bioawareness.
Oh yeah. So yeah, and I do want to show this. So these are erythrocytes. These are called red blood cells. The space that is floating on is called interstitium fluid, or what you will call blood plasma. And then what we're looking for abnormal cells. An abnormal cell is any cell that's not a soul. All right. And none of your blood cells are supposed to particularly touch each other, but you probably ate before you came here. It's a lot of different factors like glycation. If you just ate an hour before you came here, you got a bunch of blood sugar in, and insulin ain't came yet to basically be that key mechanism to allow blood. And you know what I'm saying? So what's going to happen is the glycation is a sticky substance. It's going to cause the red blood cells to stick together anyway. So even if I don't put you on a machine, if you eating healthy and you're not insulin resistant, in about an hour or two, your blood cells will separate itself naturally anyway. And that's why we tell people don't eat or drink anything other than water at least 6 to 12 hours before you see us, because we don't want to give you a wrong reading anyway.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's open. I like the openness of it. I like the tall walls of it. I like the fact you walking past seeing herbs and machines and all of that. Do you hold them or you just stand?
Hold it. What I do is I squat on mine. Squats and turning, the whole thing is just seeing that vibration go out to a whole body. It shakes up the blood, coagulates the blood, it gets the lymphatic system moving, and it shakes your bone. It stimulate phosphorus and calcium and magnesium to make your bones strong. And that's why people that have a very easy bone fracture, the people that have low vitamin D, they recommend these to them because it literally strengthens up your skeleton structure.
Oh yeah. Where the hell you get the black models at?
A lot of this stuff was actually donated to me and sent to me from other schools. Black models I had to find myself. Tell me why the black models are 10 times more expensive than the white model. Same thing like the black action figures. But this is my anatomy physiology room right here.
Oh, this hard as hell. You ain't playing. This hard as hell.
Sit down,
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Sit down, man.
Yeah, this hard.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't seen this room yet. This right here different.
So what we call this podcast is At the Feet of My Elder. So what I'm gonna do with this, anybody that's what we say 50 and older that does contribute something to the community, they get to sit right here. Of course, you get to sit right here. You know
Nah, but that's beautiful though, because I was just talking with the elder. I think he was like 60, but it's like we already know we are people of oral tradition. You know what I mean? But because there's a disconnect between the youth and the elders, a lot of that knowledge is not getting passed down. So it has to be documented. It has to be written. You feel me? Otherwise, there's no progress that can happen. So there's way too many elders right now that I don't think a lot of them know how valuable they could be during this time. Because they're looking at us doing things that they never done, having access to information, but we lack a lot of access to wisdom. You know what I mean? And experience. And it's like, yeah, maybe we've done things that you couldn't have imagined, but you've all been through things that we can no longer go through. You know what I mean? And you can give us insights in ways that allow us to move much more wise.
Yeah, and that's the approach with this podcast. It basically at the speed of my elders to acknowledge them, acknowledge their work, acknowledge what they went through, and telling them, look, I wouldn't even be where I'm at if it wasn't for you. You know what I'm saying? I probably didn't listen to you 100%, but that 2% I picked up on it and I applied it later on in life. And now listening to you for that segment, listening to you now I became Yaki awake.
Mm-hmm.
Be no Yaki
100%.
without you. So when I meet them and I greet the elders before they come on here, I bow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't just a handshake and a hug. I bow to really show reverence and look, heed y'all. And I think that'll put the separation of that gap, because it's so crazy and there's a lot of missing information between it. And if we just reached out to them more, man, and talk to them more and show them like, no, we really take y'all information serious.
And I think what you said with the bow, like Dr. Wesley talked about that, called the Black Guy Protocol, where you have something within you that I don't have. I have to bow down to it, number one. But then that is giving credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? I think a lot of it is so much disconnect because we take from our elders, but are we crediting them? And because we're not crediting them, you know, they feel like we in debt to them.
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah.
You feel me? And so I think that it's a natural, like, there's a lot of people that may take something that I do, won't give me no credit, right? This creates more disconnection because a person, when you see a work out there and you've not been appreciated for that work, yet somebody took it and then they was able to build off of that, it creates a rift between you, which you're actually their mentor.
That's me and the whole Hiller community.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's why, like, I quote people in the most unnecessary times. It might not even been their original quote, but if I just heard it from you last, I'm going to give you credit for that. You know what I mean? And it's something that I'm intentionally practicing all the time. So people might hear their name come up in my interview and like, I wouldn't even expect the Keys to give me credit for a tweet that I reposted. And it's like, no, that has to be a practice amongst us all.
Well, look, shout outs to Dr. Amos Wilson.
Yes, sir.
Dr. Ben Yakanan yourself. Shout out to Dr. Phil Valentine. Shout out to all the ancestors that done came.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All of y'all. I got bits and pieces of all of y'all. There's a bunch of elders and a bunch of ancestors that's just rolled up into Yahki. I would not be Dr. Yakai, and I would not be Yahki Awakening to vote for y'all. And at the feet of my elders platforms, for those that are still alive, breathing, and well, y'all are welcome. And for those that are gone and transition over, may the Most High send peace to your soul.
Man, I love this. I definitely let it help amplify this.
Yeah, man. And so what this is, man, this is just a conglomerate of me. So I was into Egyptology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm a well-known Hebrew Israelite. So I got my Shofar, I got all of my Zohar, I got all of my Hebrew books. You know, everything that I was into and everything that helped me, whether it was good or bad to get me where I'm at, this is my life story. So I just put it all in one little corner, man, and you know what I'm saying? At the feet of my ancestors.
Man, I think that's raw. So many people shelve some of their life stories once they get past a certain thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not realizing you can't tell a man's story unless you have all the details. You feel me? That's your lineage. That's your story. Mm-hmm. You feel me? It's like a hieroglyph. You have to see a man going through a process, becoming who he is. And for you just to show where you are now and be like, all right, this is the only thing I represent, right? It's disingenuous to what allowed you to get to where you are.
That's what you call a plant.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, he ain't got no history, no.
Yeah. It's like, well, wait a minute now. Like, you had to go through something. Like, you can't just pop out and be like, all right, follow me. I ain't following your ass nowhere. Yeah, show the history, show the details, man. It's like every man got a blockchain. You know what I'm talking about?
What you did on Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy, Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
That's my first time me acting as well as I know you. That's my first time hearing you articulate where you really came from in detail.
Yes, sir.
In detail.
Yes, sir.
And that just painted a whole different, it gave me, it allowed me to honor you and give you even more credit.
Yes, sir.
Now I'm like, okay, now I understand why 19 keys is 19 keys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So since a short leather, he been in the schools. He was already participating in youth. He been a leader. He been, you know what I'm saying? So it's good to get your story, man.
Yeah.
Don't leave nothing out.
And it's documented. And I had to remind myself of that because I'd be caught up in what I'm doing. But it's like people need to be connected to who you were, where you got here.
Be at them levels.
Yeah.
They got to be able to relate.
Right.
Be inspired.
Right. Even coming through St. Louis, man, I went to go visit all my old hoods. I went to go do some push-ups in front of Roosevelt High School. You got to go through that. You got to remind your goddamn self, too.
Black health news. So we just painted it. I'm getting a whole little desk right here. And I'm going to be sitting at the desk giving black health news.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be looking like real news.
Yeah. This is love. I love this. Because and I'll talk to you earlier about this, how other community, they might call it biohacking, they might call it wellness, et cetera, and it's trending. The problem with the trend is it's not making people healthier.
Yeah.
So it's like the mental health thing became a trend. Everybody going to therapy, but everybody still got mental issues, right? The wellness became a huge industry, but everybody's still as sick as they were before it. Right, so it got to be deep wellness, is what I see you doing here,
really getting people to have an education, really getting people to change their rituals, really investing into the machine that people can see progress. Like just the fact that you show me my blood, you know what I mean, makes me think about my choices a little more. You feel me? And I think that there's a whole entire aspect of that to where our people, we're thinking about, you know, epidermal layer. When we see something, it's about too late. You feel me? If you see your hand starting to bruise up, it was things happening in your body that could have gave you signs. Yeah. Or you just don't have that internal awareness of what's going on and you ignoring it, similar to how we ignore everything else. So once we have more of that internal awareness, I think as a people, we become healed.
Yeah, but we really have been disassociated with self, man.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know how we feel. We don't need, a lot of people don't get gut feelings no more, or none of that. So we just totally unaware. And that's because it's been a lot of biohacking going on by these lower thought form entities. So, you know, I hear the positive biohacking on how to get yourself back, but we don't never talk about the biohacking that's going on a negative level. People hacking into us. I was just talking on the podcast 2 days ago about, it's called Palatable Acoustics, where the scientists they done zeroed down on how certain sounds make when you chew food make you addicted to the food. It's acoustics.
Yeah.
Whoever thought that was
That's some mad scientist shit. But even to the fact how the military and even a lot of these companies are using your own neuroplasticity against you. When they study you, they know when your brain starts to change. And what they're doing is they're rewiring your identity permanently. So you find yourself in going down a rabbit hole and you think this is your natural progression. But it's because we're now on the internet, and for the first time in history, the internet talks back to us. And that's dangerous. You know what I mean? So you have different levels of consciousness of people that don't have cognitive security, right? They're not detoxing, they're not thinking, they're not researching, they're not trying to figure out if it's misinformation, malinformation, disinformation, right? They don't know that it might be an AI that was sent there to drop a comment to get them to go down a rabbit hole. And by the time you talk to them, it's like, damn, when you join MAGA, you know what I'm saying? or Democrats or whatever else it is. But cognitive security, interoceptive, you know, consciousness is key. But I think that what you're doing here, I think you represent that new health paradigm.
All right. Yeah, man, it's a beautiful thing. A lot of hard work, man, a lot of sacrificing. But I mean, hey, we in it, man. We in it.
Nah, this is beautiful. This is more than beautiful, my brother. Gotta shake you. Hold on. Yes, sir. Gotta bow down to that.
Do the same thing.
Yes, sir. You know, the Japanese, whoever bow the hardest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ooh.
I said, man, why ain't called? Man, not be with a
I got you on the next one. No, because it's funny what you were talking about of doing the model of working with people in different verticals. Out there, it's called the Karatsu model. You know what I mean? It's a trust-based system to where you are able to work with different people. Y'all invest in each other. Y'all protect each other. And it makes you almost impenetrable and resilient. You know what I mean? And so I believe Eastern systems have much better representation of what we want to build as a culture. You feel me? So my goal is to build a Karatsu media. You feel me? A Karatsu business model with different individuals. But it got to be trust and loyalty based systems. You feel me? Because outside of that, if you can't trust the person you're working with, we can't build.
Can't build anyway. And these bands right here are tight, so it moves them up more. And then you do all type of workout on them. Exercise with them, squat. Yeah. Move that limb.
That's fire.
Move that limb.
That's fire. I like that.
So I ain't rolled them out, y'all. I was gonna roll them out probably like in October, November, before the end of the year. Yeah, we probably got about 10,000 of these. I've been sitting on for a year, but we had to structure the company right. But the company structure is time to promote them now. We already recorded all the exercise. I created my own exercise to them and everything.
That's fire.
You gonna jump in with them?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You say Steve Perry for the height.
You gonna need the big. What size you wear? You gonna need the big.
By 11. Now I get to see what it's like to be 7 feet. 7 feet keys right here, y'all.
I ain't never been this tall.
Yeah, I went.
You put them on to be tall.
I ain't went meant to be this tall. Oh, yeah. Hey, this like bouncing on the moon. It's good balance. Woo! Yeah, that shit good. This is fun. We gonna have to have these at the retreat.
Oh, we got thousands of these.
Yeah. Had these at the retreat. Yo, that's literally fun. Yeah, little half size. Yeah.
Square size, 10, whatever.
Interactive experience. Yeah, that's fun. As you do get a nice buoyancy, you get a nice bounce. Go from place to place. Remind me of when I'm a kid. That's what it reminded me when I was a child. Because when we did our one in Boston, we had Jalen Brown, he gave away his Happy devices, which is a frequency transmitter device to induce different states like caffeine without the caffeine. So similar to how you was talking about on the frequency, they have a patent to where they can essentially trap certain signals. Yeah, so it's a great company. But he into that. No, it's a physical device. It's so I gotta look at the technology. But they basically saying that it emulates, right, the frequency of the different compounds, and it induced that cellularly, right? So when you put it around your neck, you turn it on and you can control it by a device. So it could be CBD, melatonin, focus, yeah.
You program them the same way.
And of course, it's not 100% efficacy, so they're working on increasing, you know what I mean?
Cigars, you can put it in water.
Yeah.
Water. And he used it to clean your glass with, feeling
Yeah.
dry. You take a shot of it.
Yeah.
You literally imprint the frequency, because water hold memory anyway.
Yeah.
You literally just put the frequency in water.
Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. Hey, what we calling these?
I call them move that lymph shoot.
Move that lymph.
Move that lymph.
These are the lymphers. Look. The lymphers. You know what I'm saying? That lymph bounce right there. How much is a machine like this?
For this one, I paid $70,000. With the new one we getting, I paid $100 for.
Yeah, I want to try it. All right, thank you, brother. About to try the infrared. What's the official name of it?
This is called near-infrared light therapy or biophotomodulation.
Biophotomodulation.
So your body do the same thing that plants do. Plants go through something called photosynthesis. Humans go through photosynthesis that's called biophotomodulation. Every 150 trillion cells that's in your body right now have a chromophore benzene ring, and that literally is a receptor to grab light. You literally eat the sun, and when you stop eating the sun, we get older. We go through mitochondrial damage. Our telomeres get shorter. DNA starts damaging, and then you get malignancy. So it's imperative that we get the sun because we are children of the sun. Mm-hmm. So when you're away from the sun, since it's a rainy day in St. Louis, Missouri, guess what? Yeah. We got one of the best suns in the world. And that's literally what it does.
So that's like Superman getting his recharge.
Yeah, and that's literally what you're talking about. Mitochondrial recharge. So once you get in, you're going to put these over your eyes. Do not open your eyes without that because that thing is bright and it will damage your cornea. So once you get in, you're just going to lay these right over your eyes. Lay them like that. All right, then once you're ready, India, come in and cut it on.
Okay. Just about to be Red's episode, shot with all these. All right, I'm ready. Try on these future little goggles. Put them on like that. They remind me of the Eskimo glasses. All right.
I think just the fact you have this state-of-the-art facility is a whole nother thing within itself. You know what I mean? That's a whole entire just episode, just going through it, you as a young man, building this up. Everything in here is beautiful. Man, the way it's built, the way it's designed, the intention in the place, the knowledge in the place, the staff. Bravo. Listen, I haven't been to St. Louis in like 8 years, number one. Let's start there. I had the opportunity to go visit some of my old neighborhoods, and it reminded me of how I used to feel, right? This was a completely different experience of going to St. Louis and coming to a state-of-the-art facility, you understand me, by ex-gangster that reported his life, you know what I mean, became a world-renowned scientist, and now he has a $10 million facility that can take you through the process of healing yourself.
And not only that, he can educate you through the process. It was amazing. It's like no other place on earth, number one. You can only get that through coming here to Yaki's Wellness Center. So I believe that everybody should make that pilgrimage. Everybody should come here. Everybody knows somebody that's sick. You understand me? So even before you get here, you should start practicing and learning and listening. You understand me? Because wellness is what you do, right? It's a lifestyle. It's not some one remedy. It's not one medicine, right? It is the practice of consistent lifestyle rituals and abundance that you practice to keep yourself at a higher level. So for me, I love it. I've been practicing on thinking clear, feeling clear. So after going through all of the different machines, this one, what he called the cosmic lymph machine over there, I went into an immersive vibratory state, right? I feel like I was cracking open my pineal gland all over again. You feel me? Then he toured me through here, showed me the different magnetic machines, beds, hyperbaric chambers, sauna, oxygen tanks. We had a whole entire podcast there. He had a whole herbal tea wall. To be honest, I'm speechless. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find the words as I go. So I really want to let it process, right? And then give you a breakdown of what's happening because I'm still in it. I just got off the infrared table with my Photobiomodulation, you understand me? So you know that's good. I worked out earlier. That's good for muscle recovery, skin elasticity. You understand me? Good for my good. I'll be studying a little bit, brother. I'll be making sure I'm coming prepared. You understand me? So man, thank you. I appreciate you. I look forward to bringing the family through. Yes, sir. Spreading this all across the planet Earth. It's the Wellness Renaissance. Peace. High level conversation. Tap in with the God. It's 19 keys above 19 keys. The execution of knowledge is power. Teach me how to be a God. From a boy to a man and ultimately back into your natural state of being into a God.
Listen, we bringing the Save Yourself Renaissance to your city. This is our generation's time to show that we in control of our future.
I am the hope and the dream.
There's no reason that people of different backgrounds, faiths, and denominations can't come together to talk about the single thing that they have in common, which is our future. It is a cultural experience of the rebirth. We're in the 30-year anniversary of the Million Man March, and we're in the 100-year anniversary of the rebuilding of Black Wall Street. That's when we take some time outside the world and we come together. And then that's when we plan. Everything just about cycles and patterns, and when you understand the knowledge of time, we are now in a cosmic cycle where it is prime for us to rebuild, but it's now or never. This is time for the Renaissance, but it's going to take leaders, it's going to take creators, it's going to take the artists. As we all come together, it is no more saviors, but us and our collective actions that we take.
What happens to a dream deferred?
I call upon you. The Renaissance is here. Y'all partying and shitting like we got more time. Ain't no more time to waste. It's now or it's never. And the law of saving yourself is waiting on nobody. It is saving yourself through your actions, through the way that you eat, the way that you speak, the way that you show up, the way that you collectively build. We're going to be having new experiences on this tour. From music to being able to have these cognitive rituals of coffee houses. As a builder in your city, as a creator in your city, we want to work with you. Just go to 19keys.com/tour and make sure you register to be a part of the Renaissance. And we bring in this experience to your city. Peace to the family. You gotta save yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the star of our show.